Hey, hey,
Hopefully, hello, Brandon, pretty boy Brandon. How's everything?
great. How about yourself?
We're doing great. Let me just increase the sound here.
Okay.
For me, it's a pleasure. For me, it's a pleasure and an honor having you here, especially in February, which is the month of love. I was telling every, I was telling everybody that love is not just simply love with the sex type, but love can be many other things.
Yeah,
And many people have confused Valentine's Day with like boyfriend, girlfriend, sexual relationships.
yeah,
And we know that love is much more deeper than that.
yeah.
What do you and Broomstick define as love?
Broomstick just said like kindness is all he said. Kindness.
What?
He said
Kind?
Broomstick said kindness and just being respectful and kind to one another.
And what's your definition of love too?
I'd say about the same thing. Love, joy, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I believe in the same thing too. But I didn't want to say much because I already said enough. I wanted to hear it from you because you're always the expert, and so is Broomstick. We've always loved your inspirations in Facebook and every place else.
Well, thank you, thank you. Broomstick says thank you as well.
And I've talked about love in every aspect, but any other thing you know for love?
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'm just having problems with the phone here.
Okay.
Besides, if you want to elaborate more on love, go ahead and elaborate more on love.
Uh, well, kindness. This is a question I didn't expect.
I know, but we were talking about Valentine's Day, but I also believe that we should be having love. I was saying this because I wanted to use February as the month of, we should try to love one another, accept each other.
Mhm.
I've been seeing a lot of nastiness in the social media.
Yeah,
I believe that we should start loving each other, being kind to each other,
yeah.
being nice to each other.
I agree, definitely, most definitely.
And we have to regain that. We can't be hurting each other like we've been doing the last few years. We have to keep going. And that I also wanted to congratulate you on how you're promoting love in your matches. I've been seeing your matches a lot. You win some, you lose some, but we see the love coming.
Yeah, I love being
The
in the
brotherhood.
ring. I love being in the ring. I love beating people up.
Okay, tell me about your last matches and your present matches and the ones for the future.
Okay, here not long ago in January, I had a match in Franklin, Ohio. Well, I had to wrestle. I had a one-on-one match. I got disqualified, and then I had a battle royal. I didn't win that one either. But March 15th, I will be Broomstick and my manager, the Hillbilly Timothy Man, Bob Billy West. He'll be there also with us. And it's Franklin, Ohio, March 5th. The address is 6972 South Dixie, Franklin, Ohio. Tough Pro Wrestling. It's Tough Pro Wrestling's Tuff Mania VII event.
This is going to be on March 5th, right?
March 5th, a Saturday. Yep, at bell time is 7:30 p.m. Franklin, Ohio.
Okay. If you could try to send me the link, I'll gladly see it.
All right.
If I have to pay, I'm going to pay, but I'm going to see if I could gladly see it.
Oh, okay.
March 5th is another date also. While you're having the wrestling match, I'm going up the 6th floor.
Oh.
In other words, I'm going to be reaching 60.
Oh, wow.
It's not easy being 60. I'm almost feeling it.
Well, you don't look it.
But
what I was getting ready to say,
thanks.
You're welcome. But what I was getting ready to say is the event won't be broadcasted like on the internet live or anything like that, but there'll be video put out there, and I'll make sure you see my match.
We're going to be seeing you, and we're going to be rooting for you because you're one of my favorite wrestlers.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Want to let you know that you're in the tradition of Hulk Hogan, in the tradition of Jesse Ventura, and you're among one of those greats. Also, Andre the Giant.
And thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be mentioned among those names, for sure.
Yeah, I saw them a long time ago in the WWF, and now I'm seeing you in the videos, and you're really doing good.
Thank you.
And so is Broomstick. So is Broomstick.
Broomstick said thank you also.
My best wishes to Broomstick also. And how has Broomstick been able to survive some of the wrestling matches?
Well, he's strong. He's the stiffest guy in the business. And he goes to the ring with me, and that's he's how I got disqualified here back in January. My opponent wasn't fighting fair, so I jabbed him in the gut with Broomstick, and then my opponent took a taser to me and got me with it twice. A taser. It was not pleasant at all.
And they allow tasers in wrestling?
The match was already over. The referee could have reversed the decision, but the match was already over.
Because I don't think you could put. I didn't know that tasers were legal in wrestling or after wrestling.
Well, normally it's not, but the match was already over. Now, like I said, the referee could have reversed the decision, but I guess the referee wasn't too keen on it since I used the weapon first. But
well, regardless, we in Miami still regard you as one of the greatest in wrestling.
well, thank you.
And we hope one day to see you. We hope one day to see you do pro wrestling here in Miami. But most likely I'm gonna be seeing the video of you in Franklin, Ohio.
Yes, yeah.
It won't be televised live, but at least I'm gonna be seeing the video.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be rooting for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll make sure you can see the video.
So, and besides the wrestling, and besides Broomstick and everything, we could say that we're just enjoying life here in Florida. How's everything in West Virginia?
West Virginia is good. It's weather's a little cool right now. Had a fair amount of snow here recently, but that's pretty much all melted. It's a little cool outside right now. I just came in from outside, but I like being outside, especially I love being outside at night. I love the nighttime. Even when it's cold, I'll bundle up.
That's great. I'm glad, but I'm saying this because I also, in my introduction, I also talked about West Virginia. They always said that John Denver once said that West Virginia was almost heaven.
Yep.
Yeah, I was there in my early years also. Not living there. I was there as a tourist.
What part?
On the way to Miami. What
part of you just went through West Virginia then, right? Or
I went through West Virginia as a little kid.
Okay.
You know, in the 60s and 70s. I'm talking about, many people say that if you remember the 60s, you didn't live it. I do remember, and many people say, you're too young. You can't remember that young. I still remember this. My memory goes back to 65 and 66.
Wow.
I can remember on the way to Miami, having gone through Ohio, and going down Ohio. That was when I-77 was in its infancy. It was I-77 was in its infancy, not the big thing that it is now. And we went through West Virginia, and I think we went to Virginia.
Okay.
And then we made some detours in Virginia because I-77 was still not in its infancy, and we ended up in I-95 around Virginia, North Carolina, until we reached Miami.
Okay.
But the thing that I can remember from West Virginia, we talk about this is about, let me see. We're talking about 55, 56 years ago, 1966, 67. I was a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old. I can remember the mountains, the wind, the nature. You could smell the nature. And even had some of the hotels are at that time, the Holiday Inns and the Ramada Inns, they had the breakfast. And I remember having the scrambled eggs, the corned beef hash, the whole bit, along with the grits and the oatmeal. In other words, I stuffed myself. But I enjoyed it. You have a very beautiful state.
Yeah, it still is beautiful, especially during the fall.
And here in Florida, What?
Especially, it's really beautiful during the fall here. The leaves, great.
Yeah, they told me about that. They told me about that. They also told me about the spring and summer.
Hmm.
We also have the very beauty of West Virginia.
Yeah, it's beautiful spring and summer here too.
And I could still remember like it was yesterday. And we're talking what, 55, 56 years ago.
Yeah.
What more could I say? The rest is the rest. And I also want to wish you the best also in Franklin, Ohio with the pro wrestling.
Thank you.
And how are you seeing pro wrestling in West Virginia and Ohio?
Well, it's been a while since I've actually wrestled here in West Virginia. I've been in Ohio, wrestling in Ohio the past almost a year. I haven't been in wrestled in West Virginia in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's been Ohio. But I love the state of Ohio, and there's some nice people, and looking forward to seeing people here on the 5th, March 5th in Franklin.
No, and we're going to wish you the best in Franklin. You're already talking to one person in Ohio that was born there.
Mm-hmm.
Born in Ohio, like Deanne Hilton was also born in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you have all the nice people and everything. And I do, but I was saying, how do you see the pro wrestling in Ohio and nationwide, according to your knowledge? I don't know.
How do
Maybe you know some. Maybe you know more.
well, wrestling events, even with COVID, a lot of people still coming out to the events, which is great because, well, for a while there wasn't any events. They were all shut down. All the promotions were, like, all the events were canceled because of COVID, and things have come back around in the past year. And at first, some of the events, there wouldn't be many fans, but as time went on and people stopped freaking out so much over COVID, more people would come out. But I see it being future of pro wrestling being something that will stick around and people will always continue to enjoy it. And I'm gonna hopefully wrestle until I die. I'll probably be 90 years old in the ring.
You will. Especially when we have new medical techniques that's going to make people wrestle at 80 or 90.
Oh, there's some wrestlers that's up there in age that still get into the ring and still do very good and throw the young guys around.
Yeah, I'm saying this because you say I don't look like 60, but I'm turning 60 and I feel like very energetic and everything.
Yeah, I would have thought maybe 50 if you would have asked me.
Yeah, I don't do wrestling because I'm not an expert in wrestling. But I keep myself alive doing bowling.
That's good. I like bowling.
And just like you had wrestling being canceled by COVID, we here in Florida we had bowling canceled by COVID.
Yeah.
The only place it could do is run around and do exercises in the park.
Yeah.
And of course do all the nice interviews, helping all the people around like you. Because people like you are one of the greatest.
Thank you.
Never forget that.
Never forget. As I like to say, spread peace and joy, not spread. I forgot how I said it. I was trying to think of something at the exact same time. I was going to say that. Spread joy and laughter, not hate and anger.
Yeah, that's what we need. And that's the thing we're really bringing on. The theme here in this program was love, and also your wrestling career, the present and the future. And like you said, we do need a lot of love. These years have been producing hatred. It's like if someone has been seeing a soap opera and they see the soap opera and they take sides with one character and another character. I'm not into soap operas. I've often said that soap operas lead to hatred. Of course, there are some soap operas that bring love.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Sabrina, I want to thank you for saying love always. Sabrina Fowler is one of your greatest fans. Thank you, Sabrina. She's a Canadian rock star.
Awesome.
I love her music.
Sabrina.
Every time Sabrina sings, we could hear Green Bay and Joan Jett all together.
Awesome.
At the same time, also remember. At the same time, I also saw the Whiskey Trail Band. The Whiskey Trail Band is a country Americana country group from Minnesota. I love their music a lot, and they're really cool people. Both they're really cool people, and they also love your wrestling too.
Mm-hmm.
I've been telling everybody about you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
And
that. I've been promoting this too.
In fact, Broomstick has already outperformed Plank. Yeah, Broomstick has already Broomstick. I want to congratulate you. You have outperformed Plank from the 1990s. Plank was a character in the Ed, and Eddie series of the 1990s.
Yeah, we know what you're
And I remember Ed, and Eddie because I used to see it with my daughter, who's now 26. But that's another issue. But I used to love the guy named Plank. And you, Broomstick, remind me of Plank, but you're much more better. You're much more better than Plank.
Broomstick said thank you.
Broomstick, for me, it's a pleasure and an honor having you here. Also having Brandon, pretty boy Brandon. And I just simply wanted to wish you the best in your endeavors in pro wrestling.
Thank you, and
you're all the great.
Broomstick says thank you again as well.
The rest is the rest. Without much, I just want to say the best to you now and always. The best to you now and always. And keep me posted on March 5th.
Yes, and
you've just given me the greatest birthday present that I could ever expect.
Well, thank you.
On March 5th.
Thank you. Remember,
having to see a video of you wrestling.
Thank you.
I'm going to see if I could try to find and buy some souvenirs from you.
Okay, yeah.
Just give me the webpage and I'll see if I could try to give myself the birthday present of some of the gifts, maybe an autograph photo and everything.
All right, yeah, I'll send you a link to send you some with the merchandise.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one. I'm also raising money also. So, but I'm going to bring that late. I'm going to bring that in another issue. Without much, pretty boy. My best wishes to you, and peace in, peace out, and peace everywhere. And thank you very much for coming to this interview and to my program. You're always more than welcome to come here.
Thank you. And Broomstick says thank you as well.
And Broomstick is also more than welcome too. And to my public, peace in, peace out, and peace everywhere from the Americana Bistro Grill. And thank you.
Thank you. March 5th, Franklin, Ohio.
We'll be seeing you later. Thanks.
That's for wrestling. Thank you.